Yo, hey, what's up? You're listening to episode 1 of the Throwaway Days podcast to go in conjunction with issue 6 of the Throwaway Days zine. The Throwaway Days is a zine I just sort of started because just with like being involved in like a little indie rap scene and doing these DIY tours and like skateboard communities and stuff, I thought I had a pretty interesting perspective that I kind of wanted to document and hype some people up along the way. I am your host, Cody Jones, and/or Stillborn Identity from Pittsburgh, PA. I'm an MC. We'll get a little more into me later. Hopefully not literally. Oh man, that was bad. There's gonna be a lot of bad jokes, a lot of not funny shit happening here. But let's get into a track for now. This is by Izzy Strange. I think he's from somewhere around like Greensburg, PA. This is his track "Pay Our Bills" off his new release "Dinner with Our Enemies" or "Dinner with My Enemies."
I'm a low down, good for nothing, filthy piece of work. My ambitions are far-fetched. Your time I am not worth. I live a life of jerks, dirty, rotten scoundrels. Someone needs to counsel. Someone needs to set the record straight. Someone needs to send my bastard ass far away and hope I stay and hope I never ever see the light of day. I heard he's on drugs. I heard his dad is gay. His mom's an addict herself. You're telling me he's been raised the right way. I don't like his attitude. He dresses like a thug. And he's probably broke as fuck. Always wrecking his whips. It's obvious he don't have respect for shit. Always on the wrong side of the law. Yep, he's the most worthless thing I ever saw. Your mother's words. The ringing still. But your mother don't pay our bills. I do, and I can afford you too. But your mother don't pay our bills. I do, and I can afford you too. But your mother don't pay our bills. I do, and I can afford you too. But your mother don't pay our bills. I do, and I can afford you too. I've never been afraid to go against the grain. I've never been afraid to put my hand in the game and fuck it till it never walks the same. Maybe I will never change. Maybe I don't want to either. I've seen your side of the fence. The grass ain't always green. I guess I'm just a dreamer and a bit of an outlaw. Don't get along with authority. Ain't afraid to brawl. I'm too skinny for a fair fight. I'll do what I gotta do when wrestling a bear, right? And I use the same approach to life. I work with what I got. Let's see how you survive in my spot. Get off my chalk. You ain't punching my clock. These hands are always swinging. Until the end of days, I'ma keep on singing until I get my way. Your mother's words. The ringing still. But your mother don't pay our bills. I do, and I can afford you too. You'll see. But your mother don't pay our bills. I do, and I can afford you too. You'll know. But your mother don't pay our bills. I do, and I can afford you too. You'll see. But your mother don't pay our bills. I do, and I can afford you too.
On a path of least existence, put the eye in the sky in the distance. Gone on self-prescription while the feces feast proceeds to dig in. A shit show that I hate to cater. Irrelevant noise and any more faders. Could use more space and a few less neighbors. A few less friends, what I need is more stranger. Underground gets bleak and steep beneath the feet of the grazing sheep. Consume enough for a raising keep. Just doing it to death for amazing sleep. Wide awake for something while I map out. A will away to function through a blackout. Headspace is Try me as a crack house, vigilant enough to ease and back out. I'm disconnecting, I don't know why I waste the spit. I'm just pissed and venting. Keep the cash, we don't worship shit. I just wanna wreck shop and rearrange the space. Get high enough to stop and be gone without a trace. Just little old me, maintaining on this plane, plotting on the game, trying not to go insane. Will I fight out, will am I? Give it to me straight. I can't see myself in ages, writing pages and I can't stop. You're addicted to my energy, use me, don't limit me. I'm trying to keep my balance visibly, tripping balls off all this symmetry, cause I'm seeing it before it happens. I daydreamt and imagined, from success and failure rapidly to a shooting spree like fantasy. And I'm already skilled enough at making me feel void and inadequate. My head is cramped as fuck, I don't need you up in here mismanaging. A rat trap of a mess stress, masquerading in pageantry. I'm just a vessel trying to eat my way out blindly through this savagery. I'm disconnecting, I don't know why I waste the spit. I'm just pissed and venting. Keep the cash, we don't worship shit. I just wanna wreck shop and rearrange the space. Get high enough to stop and be gone without a trace. Just little old me, maintaining on this plane, plotting on the game, trying not to go insane. Will I fight out, will am I? Give it to me straight. I can't see myself in ages, writing pages and I can't stop. Looks like that deal you made was beyond what you could have afforded. Hold up in a crumbling fortress, full assortment of orgy and worship, idolatry and adornment. I see behind those eyes are dormant pretension, embellishing purely to cover up the cost of coming up shortly. Not obliged to the bastardizing, all some of us want is your undivided. Billboard charts and lights don't find us, homemade charts and play to guide us. This could be more out of body, out of passion and out of hunger. You could drown in the fuckery, I can't wait to hold you under. I'm disconnecting, I don't know why I waste the spit. I'm just pissed and venting. Keep the cash, we don't worship shit. I just wanna wreck shop and rearrange the space. Get high enough to stop and be gone without a trace. Just little old me, maintaining on this plane, plotting on the game, trying not to go insane. Will I fight out, will am I? Give it to me straight. I can see myself in ages, writing pages and I can't stop.
So I'm sure just after 2 tracks you can tell that I'm not a DJ. I don't think that's how you're supposed to blend those two together, but you know, whatever, I did it. And there's also this terrible hissing on the mic that I can't figure out where it's coming from yet. So, you know, if you can really stick this first episode out, salute to you. It's going to be real trial and error for me. But the first track was Izzy Strange of Beasley Corners Bodega, followed by the track Wreck Shop by Drew Scott from his release, the Drucifer tape, which was released on Ill Vessel Records. I think it was the first release on it, which is a label he's starting based in Baltimore, Maryland, where he currently resides. I was actually just played a show in Baltimore, Maryland with Drew a few weeks ago. I went down there to play a house show at a spot called Lucky Day. We played with the house band Blood Rust. We played with this awesome DJ duo called Turnt, and we played with this power pop punk band Snug. It was really fun. I hadn't been to Baltimore in probably 2 or 3 years, and I always have a blast there. When I was like 19, I lived there for 3 months, and although that's a pretty minuscule amount of time, I always love going back, and I feel like super nostalgic. Like the day after the show, before I had to catch the Greyhound home, I had a few hours, and I was just like skating around, and I saw all the spots, like Lyric Legend shit that I used to skate almost every day when I lived there. I went and recorded a podcast with Height Keach for his podcast Heights Zone World. And so we did that, and then I went to the Hamden skate park after that, and I ran into a homie I kind of have. Zach Dykes was there skating, which was cool to see him. And then this pro that I watched when I was like 15 years old, I would buy videos with him in it. Zach Lyons showed up, so it was pretty cool to meet that guy. And I feel like that's kind of how I want to do it now, as opposed to trying to do like a full bona fide 2-week tour or like a month tour across the full U.S. I just want to do like little one-offs or maybe like long weekend tours. There's more around this area, around Pittsburgh, than what you think. There's like all these little markets in like places like Erie or all these kind of secondhand cities that people pass over a lot of times. I actually talked to Blueprint about this in this issue 6 of the zine, about just kind of making these smaller areas more destination cities, and I thought what he had to say was pretty interesting, so we'll go to a cut from that interview now.
I think we started noticing it maybe late 2000s, where after you've done 5 or 6 major tours, and you notice even on the bigger tours that you're on, that they're just not as fun. And so you start kind of thinking, well, why am I going through all this shit playing these big, huge markets? The shows aren't half as fun, or the crowd isn't half as live as the people in the smaller markets.
Yeah.
Who are not jaded,
Right.
So we started just over time, we started just building markets. And I started having a strategy where I would go to a state and try to play enough shows to be there in one state for 1 week. Yeah, so like in 2004 was the first time I did it. So we started doing it in Texas.
Yeah.
And doing those tours taught me about how to kind of go into a state with 2 or 3 markets, but then how to use the people that you know there to kind of teach you and say, okay, well, you guys tell me where to go. And
Yeah.
once you're there, other smaller markets reach out to you. So the first time I did it in Texas, we had Austin booked, and then promoters in El Paso heard about Austin being booked, and they reached out for that guy.
Yeah.
And so forth and so on. And then next thing you know, you're in Midland, Texas, and then you're in San Antonio, Texas, and you're doing better in those markets than you do in Austin a lot of times.
But yeah, that was just a small snippet from an interview I did with Blueprint in the most current issue of The Throwaway Days, which you can check out either if you get yourself a hard copy of the zine or at the website www.TheThrowAwayDays.com, which, if I'm being realistic, probably won't launch by the time this podcast airs, so maybe just hit me up at TheThrowAwayDays@gmail.com. But yeah, if you're trying to be any sort of touring rapper, I kind of squeezed Blueprint for some information that I thought was pretty worthwhile, so I would definitely check that out if I were you. Yeah, speaking of shows, I got a few shows coming up. Tuesday, January 26th, I'll be in Cape Coral, Florida at Nice Guys Pizza. Thursday, January 28th, I'll be in Orlando, Florida playing a house show. As long as you're not a cop or a narc, you can hit me up. I'll give you the address. Friday, January 29th, I'll be in Tallahassee, Florida at Bread and Rose's Kitchen. And then in February, I'm doing a short tour with Mo on Nadon. Wednesday, February 24th, I'll be in Columbus. Thursday, February 25th, we'll be in Evansville, Indiana at P&G. Or it might just be called PG, I forget. Friday, February 26th, we're not 100% confirmed yet, but I think we'll be in Lexington, Kentucky. Saturday, February 27th, we're playing a house show in Cincinnati, and this one's not confirmed yet either, but I think Friday, March 4th, we'll be in Altoona, PA. But yeah, if you're in any of those areas, fucking come on out, and if you're somewhere where I'm not, let's make it happen. From there, we're gonna go check out a group called Passalaqua from Detroit, Michigan, that I actually met whenever they toured with Height on the Rap Round Robin tour. They came through and played Pittsburgh, and they're pretty tight, and this is their track called Eagles Fly.
Yeah. Muck, brought out a bone and I'm all out of fucks to give, baby boy. Hit him with a little bit more than they thought that I thought, but I fought for the chase. Keep such pumping the long ears, one thing in your ear.
We're waiting for the zombie apocalypse. We're just spitting raps that our friends will really like. They stay right by our sides, eyes wide from the fireballs that fly. We are diamonds in the sky. I beat the synergy. The new system runs off love and cheap energy. Pour expensive oil on that girl and watch the chemistry. XY femininity has one written entity. Holy Ghost power, mother waddles makes the Trinity. Holy Ghost power, mother waddles
girls makes the Trinity. Muck Maiga, Muck Maiga, Muck Muck Maiga, Muck Maiga, Muck Maiga, Muck Muck Maiga. I am a ooze hoodie, you voodoo, me and my crew go Canadian bacon dilating your people's pupils. That's how we do. Snake fingers, unable, got that venom. Jake Roberts tilting the tables, Vader bombing you a-holes. Going top rope, motherfucker. You SOB, it's a weed, that is how we do.
Untangle that knot, pop lock on the floor till it hurt. Till you can't no more. Busy bee, crash Jones, face hair, listen here. Old hair, say it be a mess, shake it up, crump bust. Shoot up the club, what? You grew up in some suburb, what? Probably why I'm so disturbed, what? That's probably why I'm so diverse. Oh, critical mass, go. They love it when you rap really fast, but you ain't saying nothing, but you got them all gas, go. The boys going places, passport, eagles, fly, oh.
Muck, 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 Maiga, muck, Maiga, muck, muck, Maiga.
Once built a railroad and I made it run. Brother, can you spare a dime for some rum? The son of a bum. Apple don't fall far. I'm a dirty, rotten scoundrel with lungs full of tar. I met a nun in a bar. Turned out she was a whore. I had a fist full of dollars. She took all of it and a few more. All I got in store is sinning. Good Lord, don't leave me unforgiven. But the way I see it, it ain't none of his fucking business. So stay out of my way, or I'll show you to a shallow grave. American made, to the interstate a slave. The path I pave is lined with the bodies of the brave, and the memories they saved of bad decisions that they made. From Texas to Maine, my picture is posted, so when I meet my maker, my name will be duly noted as the infamous Cornelius, whose six-gun was always loaded, cocked back and ready, looking for any petty motive. Now in my time of dying, ain't nobody gonna mourn. Jesus ain't gonna make no dying bed. I ain't gonna be reborn. Well, 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 I ain't gonna die easy. Well, well, well. Well, 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 I ain't gonna die easy. Jesus ain't gonna make no dying bed. Jesus ain't gonna make up. Jesus ain't gonna make up. Jesus ain't gonna make no dying bed. I'm feeling rather close to death. I can sense my time expiring right as I pull in a tombstone whose name just reeks of irony. The law's your gun here in Arizona, and I'm just complying. You see, you can't really be living if you're not also dying. So I light up my stove, leave my horse in the road. I order a whole bottle, spit the cork out and throw down every penny I got on a game of Pharaoh. I look across the table and see a face that I know. The dealer's an ex-lawman, goes by the name of Wyatt. I say I heard the law don't go around here. He says he's retired, winner to the king, 501 handed tigers. Think I'll buy some more drinks, find a woman that I desire. Suddenly the sound of gunfire is heard from outside. Looks like Curly Bill's drunk and unintently shot Marshall White. He was a good man and much too old to fight, so I drew on Curly, pulled the trigger and said goodnight. Now in my time of dying, ain't nobody gonna mourn. Jesus ain't gonna make no dying bed. I ain't gonna be reborn. Well, 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 I ain't gonna die easy. Well, well, well. Well, 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 I ain't gonna die easy. Jesus ain't gonna make no dying bed. Jesus ain't gonna make up. Jesus ain't gonna make up. Jesus ain't gonna make up no dying bed.
After Passalaqua, that was Cornelius the Third from Philadelphia, PA. That was the track "Time of Dying" off his new CD. Me and Cornelius went on a couple tours together, old road dogs, but I had no idea he could sing like a country singer. I thought that was a total sample, but we played a show together pretty recently in Pine Hill, New Jersey. When that hook came on, he grabbed a different mic and he sang it. I thought that was pretty cool. From the When My Time of Dying till I Ain't Gonna Die Easy, that's actually all him. But speaking of not dying easy, I had to put my dog down pretty recently, and it was the fucking worst. I just had this 15-year-old dog, had him his whole life, and he was just outliving his body. And, you know, to say he was my best friend's like an understatement. He just got to the point, I had to do it. He wasn't really mobile anymore. It was tough, man. But you learn so much living with a dog, you know? You learn how to be responsible for someone else to a degree. You learn to stretch every morning. You learn how to be loyal. You learn how to stick up for your friends. Like, that dog literally got me out of fist fights twice. He saved me from getting jumped. Like, no lie, I would walk home under this like sketchy bridge with him from work, and there was definitely like sometimes that could have been bad if he was not like friendliest dog in the world, just like growling, wanted to eat these like random dudes that spread out on me under this bridge. You know, they just have so much to give, at least for me. It's weird when somebody's not a dog person. I just don't get it. Especially when I was a kid, my dad wasn't a dog person. But it was strange because my mom told me when he was a kid, he had this dog that he absolutely loved. Then I got older and I heard the story about he went to school one day, he came home, and his parents were like, hey, your dog got sick, we had to shoot it, go bury it in the backyard. And I can just see how that would just like crush you and kind of like make you jaded, like, oh man, do I ever want to like set myself up for this again, like getting a pet that I know I'm going to outlive. It would be tough, for sure. So, you know, I definitely learned a lot living with the dog, but I'm still having trouble learning something from him dying, you know. I'm telling myself that there's got to be something, that there's got to be a lesson, a life lesson for me to learn, or else everyone would be like, no, dude, don't get a dog, he's going to die, and you're going to be fucking heartbroken, worse than any girlfriend you ever had. I don't know, man, I'm still struggling to see it, but that kind of leads me into the next track, just because one of the lines is, don't feel stupid, we're all students in a stupor here. I just heard that at like the right time. I'm like, yeah, alright, you know what? Other people are still trying to figure it out. So this is Ialive, also from Philadelphia, PA.
Level mutant, trying to mutiny the mutineer. Don't feel stupid, we're all students in a stupor here. Welcome to the future. Would you like a souvenir, like a flesh wound suture to reattach and boot in air? Free at last to be on blast without a peer. I'm beaming past my lumen past to view a chair. Rude awakening, two for taking, what a year. The two of us, blue as fuck, returning smiles ear to ear. Smiles return, the lesson learned daily. Approaching situations, reactivate old feelings. The scars deep and pulse red when you feel me. So we approach all situations with mental clarity. Charity, like giving organs to the needy, or portions to the greedy, or fortune to those seedy tourists who claim faith but still wouldn't believe me when I say identity's fake in the grand scheme we are team. I was laying low, lower than a servant's belly, I've been letting go. I've been getting better, really guarding when I grow. Without the proper nutrients, uprooting isn't improving, moving, choosing a losing stance. It seems I've escaped for too long again. Up in my room, riding the hyper-focused charlatan. I get more bug eyes than Big Ben in Parliament. Pardon me, but this decision is hardly bipartisan. Farting in my ears, shit on a cardigan. Carding this weight for years like I eat margarine. Starting to get money, I'm off of bartering. Pardon with some old ideas, call it martyrdom. I was laying low, lower than a service belly, I've been letting go. I've been getting better, really guarding when I grow. Without the proper nutrients, uprooting isn't improving, moving, choosing a losing stance. New feelings arise, all eyes on deck. To my delight and surprise, reprise my self-respect. To connect to extra eyes in an attempt to materialize a little help from friends. We're all codependent upon environment. all adjusting to this maladjusted fire pit. And from this high point I point out to the twinkling constellation burning through the eyes in this house. Testing the waters, experimentation, ankle deep like 7-footers, head in a spaceship. A promise to keep do-gooders, practicing patience like an emotional seppuku, symbolic self-immolation. How's that for perspective? Now's a great moment in time to be objective. As a matter of fact, kill your perceptions and let the lessons lead you effortlessly from transgression. I was laying low, lower than a serpent's belly, I've been letting go. I've been getting better, really guarding when I grow. Without the proper nutrients, uprooting isn't improving, moving, choosing a losing stance.
Come on, folks, let's blast off.
We don't ever fake shit or weightlift. Trying to figure out why half my Facebook feed is pregnant. Netflix left you lazy as shit. Man, this beat got a standing ovation up on a spaceship. Ain't the king like blue suede kicks, but I'll be the last to fall like that 8-ball did. Dressing too hip for the rich kids. Talk big, still a snug fit in my britches. Rhymes is gifted with homemade wrapping paper. Soul skater / action taker. Swag me up in a half-ass made band tee. Damn, G, I'm always plotting plan B. Captain of the Hispaniola. Fruit roll-ups and left wing granola. I'm eating all veggies, little bit of coke cuts. Radio got your ears swole shut.
Give a dog a bone, Lone Ranger never had it better than his head. A place to call home. The world fucked him over, he's just getting what he's owed. No, roll it out and proof it. Up while you're snoozing, doofus. Ducked up, loser, bruiser. Who done past the Buddha, do the man who didn't chip in, no moolah. Skip to the dude, it's the crew who's too live for you. But your mind's probably already told ya. Wait till you're older before you quit being sober. Meanwhile, why don't ya load up on pop rocks and soda? Blow up, transform, morph in a Jekyll Hyde. Crazy eyes, high off the elixir. Mix the spirits with the bitters. Michael Miles if the drifters. Pushing a lemon past the limits. Ain't playing duck, duck, goose. To run around what we accustomed to. Yo, it ain't uncool, just bust a move. Lost cause the tunes got voluptuous grooves. Ain't playing duck, duck, goose. To run around what we accustomed to. Yo, it ain't uncool, just bust a move. Lost cause the tunes got voluptuous grooves.
Flip the script, now we reading upside down. Device patterns with the right sounds right now. Throw the talent, whooping and howling. Wildin' out up in them West B mountains. Pouncing on prey, you bouncing to what we say. And one dose leave you hungover for 3 days. Each way the beat plays a little better. No matter the weather, there's something more clever. Took a trip to Mars, playing fuzzy guitars. Sitting bar chords hard, left your faces in scars. Like who you, Reggie the Doom? My lasers go blow blow, your lasers go pew pew. But you knew, shout out to the goof troop. Pour a little hiney out of the deuce. Flows is rainbow sherbet, 2 scoops. Ain't the shit, but I might be the prune juice. Ain't playing duck, duck, goose. To run around what we accustomed to. It ain't uncool, just bust a move. Lost cause the tunes got voluptuous grooves. Ain't playing duck, duck, goose. To run around what we accustomed to. Yo, it ain't uncool, just bust a move. Lost cause the tunes got voluptuous grooves.
What? 2 tickets to My Fair Lady? Sure, boss. The wife and I'd love to go.
So after Ialive was the Dads, which consist of Joey Smooth and Shaggy Rogers. Joey Smooth originally from Charleston, West Virginia, now living in Pittsburgh, PA. Shaggy Rogers was from Philly, I think, lived in Pittsburgh and just moved to San Francisco But both those dudes, as solo artists and as the dads, are on Surface Level Records, and that was off their new album, Because I Said So. I actually just did a little tour with those guys earlier this year too, and on the last stop, we played with Darko the Super at a house show in Philadelphia. And I had met him before. I played with him like once before at Kung Fu Necktie and maybe one other house show in Philly. So I played with him then, and then the night after that, him and Ialive came to Pittsburgh, and after the show, they ended up crashing at my crib and hung out for a while. And it's always cool just to like talk to rap homies, you know, like see what they're all about. It was kind of refreshing because Dark was like, I want to be a rapper. Like, this is what I'm doing. I don't have any sort of other plan. This is it. And like, he's not the first person to say that in my living room, but this dude like actually has like really reputable production placements and is just cranking out music like time and time again, you know. And it reminded me, not to keep bringing up my dad, but his advice was never have a backup plan. If you want to do something, do that, which is risky, you know. And I remember my ex-girlfriend would hear that, she'd be like, that's terrible advice, like what if it doesn't work out? But recently she hit me up. She's like, I just listened to this NPR podcast. The podcast was called Hidden Brain, and the episode was called Backup Plan. And they did a study where it just kind of proved that people with backup plans are more likely to commit to Plan A less if they have a Plan B. I think her name was Laurel Hamilton, did this study with college-aged kids where like the kids that were paying for college as opposed to the kids whose parents were paying for them were more likely to succeed. The kids whose parents were paying for them were kind of like, whatever, like, fuck this, I can do it, I can fuck off, it doesn't matter. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I was like, damn, my dad was onto something. And it was cool to see Darko kind of going for the same thing. And I actually interviewed ECID pretty recently, and he had similar advice. At the end of the interview, I asked him like what advice he would give the people trying to take the same steps in their career as he did, and I thought what he said about that was pretty interesting. So here's a little snippet from that.
The only way to do it the way that I did it, you have to believe in yourself and know that like that you're going for something, and it might take longer than you want or intended to, but if you keep at it, eventually it hit a point where like people started to catch on to it and get kind of where it was going, and but it wouldn't have happened if I had just stopped, if I took a break, if I was like, oh no, I gotta go to fucking school and figure my life out. I just was like, nope, this is what I'm doing. That's it, you know. And if somebody really loves this, they're gonna sacrifice everything possible to make it happen.
I thought what ECID said was really cool and really humbling at the same time. It wasn't like, oh, well, you gotta know the right people, blah, blah, blah. It was like, you just gotta work hard. It was just like, you gotta work hard, not give up. And I thought that was cool, and I feel like that's kind of the page Darko's on. Like, that dude works pretty hard at this, and it's cool to see someone actually do that and not just be all talk. I'm doing this project called Stillborn Collab a Month 2015, where every month I do a collab with a different set of artists. And this whole month, me and this kid were working on this track together, and then it ended up being like 2 weeks past the due date, or a week and a half past the due date. I was like, hey dude, can we get together and record this? He's like, you know what, I don't want to do the track anymore. And I like freaked out. I was like, what am I gonna do? Fuck. So I texted Darko. I'm like, hey dude, you want to do this track? He's like, yeah, sure. And I like sent him a beat, and I went to bed because I had to work the next morning. And by the time I was on my lunch break the next day, he's like, here's the track. And I was like, wow, this kid's on the fucking ball. That's amazing. And it was really motivating to be around that. And I'm actually going to play the song from that right now. It's produced by The Late Bloomer, who's also on Surface Level Records with me.
Christ,
off this half pipe. I might stare at the crack pipe. I might piss in the side, cause that's life. Sleeping on the bench, I'm reaping what I spit. Deep in the trench, there's clouds in my coffee. I brush the doubt off me. Have you ever seen the rain? Can you dodge it like a stain while we rock around the cave? Burn the money for warmth. Upon that stage, a star was born. They say rap's pornographic. If that's so, I'm Reed Rothschild doing magic. Except I ain't got nothing to fall back on. I'm more pathetic in reality than my rap songs. Nothing can prepare you for this. Being scared to live, even if you don't try, you're still getting rejected. And if you don't die, then you're getting beheaded. I gave my heart and soul just for them to not get it. I gave my heart and soul.
So that's my shit, dark TS, dark as hell, but had to get it off his chest. So that's my shit, TMB, the motorcycle boy rides again.
I almost took the leap of faith like Jamie Thomas, but traditional school, it made me promise that I wouldn't take the road that was less traveled. They said I couldn't hack it, all I'd eat was gravel. Now I'm running backward on some boyhood shit. Teachers never taught me to fail, they taught me avoid it. But that ain't real much, so never roll the dice. They're all out to lunch, I'm trying to get that life, trying to bet that ice, trying to raise the stakes. They said you better think twice and play it safe, but I don't mumble shit when you shake that stick. How many rumblefish you tumble with before calling it quits? Probably none, but you still tell me where my life is headed, and that my goals are also misdirected. I gave my heart and soul just for them to not get it. I gave my heart and soul.
So that's my shit, still ID, still down, still born, still tried again. So that's my shit, TMB, the motorcycle boy rides again.
One time Darko stayed at my house and I asked him if he wanted a beer and he said no, because he doesn't like the taste. And it just made me reevaluate my fucking life, because I don't like the taste either.
So after my track, Stillborn Identity, that's me, in case you missed it earlier, after my track called TMB with Darko the Super was a track by Scott DeRoss from Canada called Scotch and Concrete off his new record. Scott runs the label Endemic Music from up there. Pretty tight. They've put out some really cool stuff in the past. Definitely check it out. I also interviewed Babelfishh in this issue of the zine and asked him a little bit about like how he felt about being labeled as noise rap, and I thought his response was pretty interesting because he was just like, what the fuck is that? So here's a little clip from that, followed by a track off his new release called, well, the track is called No More Songs Ohio.
I think the subgenre of noise rap is kind of ridiculous just because the little bit of things that are quote-unquote noise rap that I've heard seem like they're solely making something to be noise rap rather than being people that are influenced by other things that happen to rap and like the English language, and it happens to cross over. I don't think that noise rap should ever lose sight of the fact that English and writing are the most important thing about rap, anything rap related.
Yeah.
And I think like all the noise rap I've heard has just been like a bunch of barking and stupid shit.
Okay.
It's like not even saying anything. It's just like we're making things that sound like rap but they're noisy, and I don't think that's the way it should be. I think it should be more people that are into language and into writing but into a lot of crust and metal and harsh noise and power electronics, like all make that into rap.
Uneasy listen of broken bits and chaotic turns. It's raw and honest but soaked in black and doom and general disgust. The key to a happy, productive life is staying away from songs so high up. I tried it once but ended up walking right back into the black. For what percentage of the week do we spend quoting the dead? I know that I'm not in the mood to not be in the mood. I used to thrive in all of this solitude. Now I just cringe between four walls, a ceiling fan on the floor. Always more guts than sense to the tune of the bleakest sounds ever. My whole crew be throwing businessmen off bridges. A casual extinction is in the works, but there's always more to waste than there is to keep. Don't give me those guidelines, I'll find mine. I'm not fine, but I'm breathing better than most. And no, there's no hope to count on. The grinding steel showers that cover a corporate business. So busy lifting check, but you forgot to watch your back. Axe in a truck bed, brick in a mailbox, flash burn eyes in a radiant arch of a wielded flame. Be careful what you're pretending to be, cause one day you'll get there and regret it. When I try things myself, I end up with a shelf of other things that people leave on back. Not so good at communicating, but when I get tired of squatting my living room tent, I manage to make it as far as the bar. Not so far from spitting phlegm into the face of every single know-it-all I come across. More mistakes than you own up to, a whole bunch of fuck the hell off. And where did I leave those work gloves? Keep this nose to the grindstone while in the process of neglecting tomato plants. Omniscient with a severe lack of confidence, rough tongue surface, and the gateway to my anxiety lesions. Y'all talk too much, give it a rest. There's less to expect when you're in for nothing. Passionately bludgeoned by the squeal of pounding mallet mouths. Fondling extinction before mending together the fragments that hatch from the exact opposite. Houston should quit fucking up the roads and build us a mountain. Invert everything, schoolboy airs running rampant. Amateur hour on a full-time blast. Give me a handful of beans and a floor full of dog hair to rest. And I'll be on breakfast duty when I arise. Community, nothing, strictly self-dependence and letdowns. Indecision is the god we exude.
time to bang, break a back main. Even mom say I'm small change, so I numb pain. Alcohol, life down the drain. French kiss a girl outside colonial lanes. Blackmail looking strange, even KKK knows I don't hang. Get your stereotype rearranged by the lyrically deranged. So you target way, Ray got you in the crosshair range. Heart on my sleeve, emo, coursing through my veins like chemo. Screaming fuck you like CeeLo. Eating shrooms, no portobello. Fuck white chicks, get betrayed like Othello. Wordsworth, Longfellow, light skin more red than yellow. What part of the game next? New Brunswick out of context. House show, hugged up, playing with their hair by this girl's neck. At Alien Witch, find out that she strikes sex faster to Babylon. Every time I'm on mine gone, no slate but punk chicks love the python. Wade Osborne when the mic's on. Yeah. Even finger girls around a tampon. Trinity Planet Jockey on. Keep it 100.
That's the way it is. Sit back and take it, Dreadpool for the kids who'll never make it sin. Till with your bitch tied up and naked, suck a bag of dicks. Now nothing's sacred.
Some say I look bummy, I prefer the term relaxed. Used to be suburban, now I'm fucking urban to the max. It's Trenton, baby, Chambersburg to be exact, where I drink a lot and I'll punch you in the fucking back. After the past year, STDs is not just a nickname. I just go out and get drunk, I don't got a kick game. Cocaine's a hell of a drug, like I was Rick James. Get Rogaine instead of the plugs when life shit's changed. White boy with long hair making MCs hate me, since way back before The Simpsons came out in HD. I'm trying to hang out with the president and Jay-Z, but I'll probably end up in a tenement picking at scabies. I hope the future can't hurt me like my past has, and I'll never be able to do more drugs than my dad has. No matter how I try, I'll always just get trash fast. I hope you all fucking die, hey, make it a hashtag. Bound for a verse, the words just appear, and the truth hurts, so dudes bleed when I'm sincere. We're kinda cursed, but blessed to be this weird, so if we're nerds, then I guess revenge is fucking near. Vision is blurred, so I can't see the end so clear. Tension occurs, so send in another beer. Inventions of earth, the blended rap severe, so stay off the turf where the headlights and you're the deer.
That's the way it is. Sit back and take it, Dreadpool for the kids who'll never make it sin. Till with your bitch tied up and naked, suck a bag of dicks. Now nothing's sacred.
So after Babelfishh, that was Trenton, New Jersey's Dreadpool Parker, which is Wade Wilson, Raymond Strife, and Dreddy Mercury on the beat. Usually. She usually does the beats. But, yeah, that's my podcast. It was brought to you by nobody. Nobody sponsors this shit. But you can if you'd like. I would love for you to give me money to say your name and pretend like it's gonna work out for you. But, yeah, thanks for checking it out. We'd love to check out some feedback. Man, I feel like I gotta have something better to say at the end here. Let me think about that.